Here goes daily Bible reading, Exodus 20. And God spake all these words, saying, I am the Lord your God, which have brought you out of the land of Egypt, out of the house of bondage. You shall have no other gods before me. You shall not make to you any graven image, or any likeness of anything that is in heaven above, or that is in the earth beneath, or that is in the water under the earth. You shall not bow down yourself to them, nor serve them. For I, the Lord your God, am a jealous God, visiting the iniquity of the fathers on the children to the third and fourth generation of them that hate me, and showing mercy to thousands of them that love me and keep my commandments. You shall not take the name of the Lord your God in vain, for the Lord will not hold him guiltless that takes his name in vain. Remember the Sabbath day to keep it holy. 6 days shall you labor and do all your work, but the seventh day is the Sabbath of the Lord your God. In it you shall not do any work, you nor your son, nor your daughter, your manservant, nor your maidservant, nor your cattle, nor your stranger that was in your gates. For in 6 days the Lord made heaven and earth, the sea and all that in them is, and rested the seventh day. Why the Lord blessed the seventh day and hallowed it. Honour your father and your mother, that your days may be long in the land which the Lord your God gives you. You shall not kill. You shall not commit adultery. You shall not steal. You shall not bear false witness against your neighbour. You shall not covet your neighbour's house. You shall not covet your neighbour's wife, nor his manservant, nor his maidservant, nor his ox, nor his ass, nor anything that is your neighbour's. And all the people saw the thunder and the lightning and the noise of the trumpet and the mountain smoking. And when the people saw it, they removed and stood afar off. And they said to Moses, Speak you with us, and we will hear. But let not God speak with us, lest we die. And Moses said to the people, Fear not, for God is come to prove you, and that his fear may be before your faces, that you sin not. And the people stood afar off, and Moses drew near to the thick darkness where God was. And the Lord said to Moses, Thus shall you say to the children of Israel, You have seen that I have talked with you from heaven. You shall not make with me gods of silver, neither you make to you gods of gold. An altar of earth you shall make to me, and shall sacrifice thereon your burnt offerings, and your peace offerings, your sheep and your oxen. In all places where I record my name, I'll come to you, and I will bless you. And if you'll make me an altar of stone, you shall not build it of hewn stone. For if you lift up your tool on it, you have polluted it. Neither shall you go up by steps to my altar, that your nakedness be not discovered thereon. Now these are the judgments which you set before them. If you buy an Hebrew servant 6 years, he shall serve, and in the seventh he shall go out free for nothing. If he came in by himself, he shall go out by himself. If he were married, then his wife shall go with him. If his master give him a wife, and she have borne him sons or daughters, the wife and her children shall be her master's, and he shall go out by himself. And if the servant shall plainly say, I love my master, my wife, my children, I will not go out free, then his master shall bring him to the judges. He shall also bring him to the door or to the doorpost, and his master shall bore his ear through with an awl, and he shall serve him forever. And if a man sell his daughter to be a maidservant, she shall not go out as the manservants do, if she pleases not her master, who has betrothed her to himself. Then shall he let her to be redeemed, to sell her to a strange nation. He shall have no power, seeing he has dealt deceitfully with her. And if he hath betrothed her to his son, he shall deal with her after the manner of daughters. If he take him another wife, her food, her raiment, her duty of marriage shall he not diminish. And if he do not these three to her, then shall she go out free without money. He that smites a man so that he die shall surely be put to death. And if a man lie not in wait, but God deliver him into his hand, then I will appoint you a place where he shall flee. But if a man come presumptuously on his neighbour to slay him with guile, you shall take him from mine altar, that he may die. He that smites his father or his mother shall surely be put to death. And he that steals a man and sells him, or he be found in his hand, he shall surely be put to death. And he that curses his father or his mother shall surely be put to death. If men strive together, one smite another with a stone or with his fist, and he die not, but keeps his bed, if he rise again and walk abroad on his staff, then shall he that smote him be quit. Only he shall pay for the loss of his time, and shall cause him to be thoroughly healed. And if a man smite his servant or his maid with a rod, and he die under his hand, he shall surely be punished. Notwithstanding, if he continue a day or two, he shall not be punished, for he is his money. If men strive and hurt a woman with child, so that her fruit depart from her, and yet no mischief follow, he shall surely be punished according as the woman's husband will lay on him, and he shall pay as the judges determine. And if any mischief follow, then you shall give life for life, eye for eye, tooth for tooth, hand for hand, foot for foot, burning for burning, wound for wound, stripe for stripe. If a man smite the eye of his servant or the eye of his maid, and that it perish, he shall let him go free for his eye's sake. And if he smite out his manservant's tooth or his maidservant's tooth, he shall let him go free for his tooth's sake. And if an ox gore a man or a woman, that they die, then the ox shall surely be stoned, and his flesh shall not be eaten, but the owner of the ox shall be quit. But if the ox were wont to push with his horn in time past, and it has been testified to his owner, and he has not kept him, but that he has killed a man or a woman, the ox shall be stoned, and his owner shall also be put to death. If there be laid on him a sum of money, then he shall give for the ransom of his life whatever is laid on him, whether he have gored a son or have gored a daughter, according to the judgment shall it be done to him. If the ox shall push a manservant or a maidservant, he shall give to their master 30 shekels of silver, and the ox shall be stoned. And if a man shall open a pit, or if a man shall dig a pit and not cover it, and an ox or an ass fall therein, the owner of the pit shall make it good, and give money to the owner of them, and the dread beast shall be his. And if one man's ox hurt another, that he die, then they shall sell the live ox, and divide the money of it, and the dead ox also they shall divide. Or if it be known that the ox is used to push in time past, and his owner has not kept him, he surely shall pay ox for ox, and the dead shall be his own. Exodus 22. If a man shall steal an ox or a sheep, and kill it, or sell it, he shall restore 5 oxen for an ox, 4 sheep for a sheep. If a thief be found breaking up, and be smitten that he die, there shall no blood be shed for him. If the sun be risen on him, there shall be blood shed for him, for he should make full restitution. If he have nothing, then he shall be sold for his theft. If the theft be certainly found in his hand alive, whether it be ox or ass or sheep, he shall restore double. If a man shall cause a field or a vineyard to be eaten, and shall put in his beast, and shall feed in another man's field, of the best of his own field and of the best of his own vineyard shall he make restitution. If fire breaks out and catch in thorns, so that the stacks of corn or the standing corn of the field be consumed therewith, he that kindled the fire shall surely make restitution. If a man shall deliver to his neighbour money or stuff to keep, and it be stolen out of the man's house, if the thief be found, let him pay double. If the thief be found not, then the master of the house shall be brought to the judges, to see whether he have put his hand to his neighbour's goods. For all manner of trespass, whether it be for ox, for ass, for sheep, for raiment, or for any manner of lost thing which another challenges to be his, the cause of both parties shall come before the judges, and whom the judge shall condemn, he shall pay double to his neighbour. If a man deliver to his neighbour an ass or an ox or a sheep, or any beast to keep, and it die, or be hurt, or driven away, no man seeing it, then shall an oath of the Lord be between them both, that he has not put his hand to his neighbour's goods, and the owner of it shall accept thereof, and he shall not make it good. And if it be stolen from him, he shall make restitution to the owner thereof. If it be torn in pieces, then let him bring it for witness, and he shall not make good that which was torn. And if a man borrow aught of his neighbour, and it be hurt or die, the owner thereof being not with it, he shall surely make it good. But if the owner thereof be with it, he shall not make it good. If it be an hired thing, it came for his hire. And if a man entice a maid that is not betrothed, and lie with her, he shall surely endow her to be his wife. If her father utterly refuses to give her to him, he shall pay money, according to the dowry of virgins. You shall not suffer a witch to live. Whoever lies with a beast shall surely be put to death. He that sacrifices to any god save to the Lord only, he shall be utterly destroyed. You shall neither vex a stranger nor oppress him, for you are strangers in the land of Egypt. You shall not afflict any widow or fatherless child. If you afflict them in any wise, and they cry at all to me, I will surely hear their cry. And my wrath shall wax hot, and I will kill you with the sword, and your wives shall be widows, and your children fatherless. If you lend money to any of my people that is poor by you, you shall not be to him as an usurer, neither shall you lay on him usury. If you at all take your neighbour's raiment to pledge, you shall deliver it to him, by that the sun goes down. For that is his covering only, it is his raiment for his skin, wherein shall he sleep. And it shall come to pass, when he cries to me, that I will hear, for I am gracious. You shall not revile the gods, nor curse the ruler of your people. You shall not delay to offer the first of your ripe fruits, and your liquors, the firstborn of your sons, shall you give to me. Likewise shall you do with your oxen and with your sheep. 7 days it shall be with his dam. On the 8th day you shall give it me, and you shall be holy men to me. Neither shall you eat any flesh that is torn of beasts in the field. You shall cast it to the dogs. Exodus 23. You shall not raise a false report. Put not your hand with the wicked to be an unrighteous witness. You shall not follow a multitude to do evil. Neither shall you speak in a cause to decline after many to wrest judgment. Neither shall you countenance a poor man in his cause. If you meet your enemy's ox or his ass going astray, you shall surely bring it back to him again. If you see the ass of him that hates you lying under his burden, and would forbear to help him, you shall surely help him. You shall not wrest the judgment of your poor in his cause. Keep you far from a false matter, and the innocent and the righteous slay you not. For I will not justify the wicked, and you shall take no gift, for the gift blinds the wise and perverts the words of the righteous. Also, you shall not oppress a stranger, for you know the heart of a stranger, seeing you were strangers in the land of Egypt. And 6 years you shall sow your land, and shall gather in the fruits thereof. But the 7th year you shall let it rest and lie still, that the poor of your people may eat, and that they leave the beasts of the field shall eat. In like manner you shall deal with your vineyard and with your olive grove. 6 days you shall do your work, and on the 7th day you shall rest, that your ox and your ass may rest, and the son of your handmaid and the stranger may be refreshed. And in all things that I have said to you, be circumspect, and make no mention to the name of other gods, neither let it be heard out of your mouth. 3 times you shall keep a feast to me in the year. You shall keep the feast of unleavened bread. You shall eat unleavened bread 7 days, as I commanded you, in the time appointed of the month Abib, for in it you came out from Egypt, and none shall appear before me empty. And the feast of harvest, the first fruits of your labours, which you have sown in the field, and the feast of ingathering, which is in the end of the year, when you have gathered in your labours out of the field. 3 items in the year of all your males shall appear before the Lord God. You shall not offer the blood of my sacrifice with leavened bread, neither shall the fat of my sacrifice remain until the morning. The first of the firstfruits of your land you shall bring into the house of the Lord your God. You shall not see the kid in his mother's milk. Behold, I send an angel before you, to keep you in the way, and to bring you into the place which I have prepared. Beware of him, and obey his voice. Provoke him not, for he will not pardon your transgressions, for my name is in him. But if you shall indeed obey his voice, and do all that I speak, then I will be an enemy to your enemies, an adversary to your adversaries. For my angel shall go before you, and bring you into the Amorites, and the Hittites, and the Perizzites, and the Canaanites, the Hivites, and the Jebusites, and I will cut them off. You shall not bow down to their gods, nor serve them, nor do after their works, but you shall utterly overthrow them, and quite break down their images. And you shall serve the Lord your God, and he shall bless your bread and your water, and I will take sickness away from the middle of you. There shall nothing cast their young, nor be barren in your land. The number of your days I will fulfill. I will send my fear before you, and will destroy all the people to whom you shall come. And I will make all your enemies turn their backs to you. And I will send hornets before you, which shall drive out the Hivite, the Canaanite, the Hittite from before you. And I will not drive them out from before you in 1 year, lest the land become desolate, and the beasts of the field multiply against you. By little and by little I will drive them out from before you, until you be increased and inherit the land. And I will set your bonds from the Red Sea even to the sea of the Philistines, and from the desert to the river. For I will deliver the inhabitants of the land into your hand, and you shall drive them out before you. You shall make no covenant with them, nor with their gods. They shall not dwell in your land, lest they make you sin against me. For if you serve their gods, it will surely be a snare to you. Exodus 24. And he said to Moses, come up to the Lord, you and Aaron and Nadab and Abihu and the 70 of the elders of Israel, and worship you afar off. And Moses alone shall come near the Lord, but they shall not come near, neither shall the people go up with him. And Moses came and told the people of all the words of the Lord and all the judgments. And all the people answered with one voice and said, all the words which the Lord has said we do. And Moses wrote all the words of the laws, and rose up early in the morning and built an altar under the hill, and 12 pillars according to the 12 tribes of Israel. And he sent young men of the children of Israel, which offered burnt offerings and sacrificed peace offerings to the Lord. And Moses took half of the blood and put it in basins, and half of the blood he sprinkled on the altar. And he took the book of the covenant and read it in the audience of the people. And they said, all that the Lord has said will we do, and be obedient. And Moses took the blood and sprinkled it on the people, and said, behold the blood of the covenant which the Lord has made with you concerning all these words. Then went up Moses and Aaron, Nadab, Abihu, and the 70 of the elders of Israel, and they saw the God of Israel. And there was under his feet as it were a paved work of sapphire stone, and as it were the body of heaven in his clearness. And on the nobles of the children of Israel he laid not his hand. Also they saw God, and did eat and drink. And the Lord said to Moses, come up to me into the mount, and be there, and I will give you tables of stone, and a law and commandments which I have written, that you may teach them. And Moses rose up, and his minister Joshua, and Moses went up into the mount of God. And he said to the elders, tarry you here for us, until we come again to you. And behold, Aaron and Hur are with you. If any man have any matters to do, let him come to them. And Moses went up into the mount, and a cloud covered the mount, and the glory of the Lord stayed on Mount Sinai. And the cloud covered it 6 days. And the seventh day he called to Moses out of the middle of the cloud. And the sight of the glory of the Lord was like devouring fire on top of the mountain in the eyes of the children of Israel. And Moses went into the middle of the cloud and got him up into the mount. And Moses was in the mount 40 days and 40 nights. Psalm 23. The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. He makes me to lie down in green pastures. He leads me beside the still waters. He restores my soul. He leads me in the paths of righteousness for his name's sake. Yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil. For you are with me. Your rod and your staff, they comfort me. You prepare a table before me in the presence of my enemies. You anoint my head with oil. My cup runs over. Surely goodness and mercy shall follow me all the days of my life, and I will dwell in the house of the Lord forever. Matthew 23. Then spoke Jesus to the multitude and to his disciples, saying, The scribes and the Pharisees sit in Moses' seat. All therefore whatever they bid you observe, that observe and do. But do not you after their works, for they say and do not. For they bind heavy burdens and grievous to be borne, and lay them on men's shoulders. But they themselves will not move them with one of their fingers. But all their works they do for to be seen of men. They make broad their phylacteries, and they enlarge the garments, the borders of their garments, and love the uppermost rooms at feasts, and the chief seats in the synagogues, and the greetings in the markets, and to be called of men, Rabbi, Rabbi. But be not you called Rabbi, for one is your master, even Christ, and all you are brothers. And call no man your father on the earth, for one is your Father which is in heaven. Neither be ye called masters, for one is your master, even Christ. But he that is greatest among you shall be your servant. And whoever shall exalt himself shall be abased, and he that shall humble himself shall be exalted. But woe to you, scribes and Pharisees, hypocrites! For you shut up the kingdom of heaven against men. For you neither go in yourselves, neither suffer you them that are entering to go in. Woe to you, scribes and Pharisees, hypocrites! For you devour widows' houses, and for a pretence make a long prayer, that you shall receive the greater damnation. Woe to you, scribes and Pharisees, hypocrites! For you come per sea and land to make one proselyte, and when he is made, you make him a twofold more the child of hell than you yourselves. Woe to you, blind guides, which say, Whoever shall swear by the temple, it is nothing, but whoever shall swear by the gold of the temple, he is a debtor. You fools and blind, for whether is greater, the gold or the temple that sanctifies the gold? And whoever shall swear by the altar, it is nothing, but whoever swears by the gift that is on it, he is guilty. You fools and blind. For whether is greater, the gift or the altar that sanctifies the gift? Whoever therefore shall swear by the altar swears by it, and by all things thereon. And whoever shall swear by the temple swears by it, and by him that dwells therein. And he that shall swear by heaven swears by the throne of God, and by him that sits thereon. Woe to you, scribes and Pharisees, hypocrites! For you pay tithe of mint and anise and cumin, and have omitted the weightier matters of the law, judgment, mercy, and faith. These ought to have done, and not to leave the other undone. You blind guides, which strain at a gnat and swallow a camel. Woe to you, scribes and Pharisees! For you make clean the outside of the cup and of the platter, but within they are full of extortion and excess. You blind Pharisees, cleanse first that which is within the cup and platter, that the outside of them may be clean also. Woe to you, scribes and Pharisees, hypocrites! For you are like to whitewashed sepulchres, which indeed appear beautiful outward, but are within full of dead men's bones and of all uncleanness. Even so, you also outwardly appear righteous to men, but within you are full of hypocrisy and iniquity. Woe to you, scribes and Pharisees, hypocrites, because you build the tombs of the prophets and garnish the sepulchres of the righteous, and say, if we had been in the days of our fathers, we would not have been partakers with them in the blood of the prophets. Why you be witness to yourselves that you are the children of them which killed the prophets. Fill you up then the measure of your fathers, you serpents, you generation of vipers. How can you escape the damnation of hell? Why, behold, I send to you prophets and wise men and scribes, and some of them you kill, some of them crucify, and some of them you shall whip in your synagogues and persecute them from city to city, that on you may come all the righteous blood shed on the earth, from the blood of righteous Abel to the blood of Zacharias, son of Berechias, whom you slew between the temple and the altar. Truly I say to you, all these things shall come on this generation. O Jerusalem, you that you that kill the prophets and stone them which are sent to you, how often would I have gathered your children together, even as a hen gathers her chickens under her wings, and you would not? Behold, your house is left desolate. For I say to you, you shall not see me from now on, till you shall say, blessed is he that comes in the name of the Lord. Amen. And we just ask that God would bless the reading of his precious and holy word. And we'll finish it there, guys. Okay, so I'm going to end that there. And we did 4 chapters, I think 4 or 5 chapters, 5 chapters from the Old Testament, one Psalm and one from the New Testament. So it's and that's taken half an hour. So it just shows you how you can really read a lot of Bible, and hopefully everyone's getting benefit from this. Anyway, see you all soon, guys.